Vaetze Yaakov miBeersheva. Jacob leaves the place where he grew up. Vayelech Harana. He goes to Haran. He has a dream. He falls asleep. He has a dream. And in the dream, the Creator comes to give him blessings, protection. It says, Vayomer Elav, the Creator reveals himself to Jacob in the dream, and he says, I will give you this land and all the land around you. V'haya zaracha ke'afar haaretz, and you will have plenty of descendants that will come from you. Ufaratzta yama v'kedma v'tzafona v'negba, and you will become so powerful. You'll become so powerful both physically and spiritually that you will expand to all the four corners of the world. V'nivrechu becha kol mishpechot ha'adama u'bezarecha. And you will be the sign of blessing. What is going to happen? Imagine, first of all, you have to realize Yaakov at this point in his life is completely destitute. He has no money, he has nobody to support him, he has nobody around him. And the Creator is telling him, I want you to know what's about to happen to you. Your life is about to change. The greatest blessings that ever came down to this world are going to come to you. Both physical blessings, spiritual blessings. Your life is going to change. V'hinei anochi imach, I will be with you. Ushmarticha bechol asher telech, and I will protect you wherever you go. Ki lo e'ezavcha, and I promise you, the Creator gives. We don't often find the Creator giving promises. Here, the Creator gives Jacob a promise. I promise you, I won't stop until I've fulfilled all of this for you. Protection and blessings and power and influence and expansion. Lo e'ezavcha ad asher asiti et asher hivtavti lach. I will not stop until I fulfill everything that I promised to give you. So a tremendous blessing. And Jacob knows this is coming from the Creator. He knows this is going to be fulfilled. The next thing, he wakes up. He takes the stone upon which he was sleeping, and he makes it an altar, and he himself now in turn makes a promise to the Creator. The Creator promised him all of these blessings. Now Yaakov, Jacob, makes a promise to the Creator. If everything you've told me will actually happen, all the blessings, all the growth, all the expansion, Bishavti b'shalom el beit avi, and I will be able to go in this path and come back in peace and protection. Kol asher titen li, everything you give me, aser asrenu lach. I will tithe, I will give 10% of everything that you give me. This is the first time in the Torah that we find an individual telling the Creator that if he receives blessings, he promises to tithe, he promises to give 10% of everything that he receives. And I think in most of the years that we read this, we understand that he's basically saying, okay, the Creator's going to give me blessings, I have to give a little bit back. The Creator's going to bless me so much, he just promised me all these blessings, I promise in turn that I will give back a little bit of the blessing the Creator gave me. But this year, as I was studying this in the writings of the Kabbalists on this story, I came to a new understanding, and it's a very important one for every single one of us. Again, what's the simple view of the story of Jacob and the double promise, the Creator's promise to him and Jacob's promise to the Creator? Basically, as most of us like to think of ourselves as givers, if the Creator gives me a blessing, I'll give back some of it. The Creator promises to give me, in this case, to Jacob. Jacob says, I'll also give back. And just to be clear, we're not simply talking about money, we're talking about time, we're talking about wisdom, we're talking about all the blessings that every single one of us has. That we say to the Creator, if you give me wisdom, if you give me strength, if you give me health, if you give me sustenance, I promise that I will use all of that, at least 10% of everything that I have, all of my energies, I will give back to others, I will give back to manifest the light of the Creator in this world. And that's the way we view it. But now I want to share with you a new understanding of this section. The Kabbalists teach that there's a concept, the Zohar speaks of at length in the Zohar in Beshalach, Osher shamur leba'alav lera'ato, which means wealth. And again, wealth is not simply money, it's time, it's health, it's energy. Blessings given to an individual that wind up doing him or her harm. Osher shamur leba'alav lera'ato, blessings, sustenance, the Zohar says, that are given to an individual, but the negative side is so strong in its connection to that blessing that it actually does not bring good, but brings harm to the individual. And this is an unfortunate reality that we see all the time. Very often, even beyond an individual's control, when he or she receives abundant blessings, the ego, the selfish desire to receive for the self alone, takes ownership on it. But what's the worst part of that ownership? And this is something that we don't understand enough. With success, with blessings, with growth, comes the strengthening of the ego, of the desire to receive for the self alone, even for a spiritual person. We become blind. We can no longer see how much work we have to do. And unfortunately, I've seen both cases, but unfortunately I've seen this case as well, where people, did not have blessings, did not have the light of the Creator in their lives, and they do some of the work and they receive the blessings, and then with those blessings come the blindness of those blessings. We have to realize that it's good to ask for blessings, but more important than simply asking for blessings, promise to ask that the blessings that we receive do not harm us. Because there is osher shamur leba'alav lerato. There are many blessings that an individual receives and wind up not bringing him or her blessings, or at least bringing some blessing, but also some curse. Blindness. How often, unfortunately, do we see people who again, start the spiritual work and they don't really have the blessings, and they do some of the work and they receive the blessings, and then, they stay spiritual, yes. But not with the drive, not with the understanding, not with the desire. And it's not even conscious. It's not even conscious. It's that the negative side, the ego, the desire to receive for the self alone, slowly tells itself the lie that this is all me. This is all because of me. And therefore, with the blessings comes a great curse. Blindness. And that blindness, again, subconscious, does not allow the individual to continue in their spiritual connection as they need to. They'll continue in some way. But more important than that, therefore they will not be able to extract from the blessing the light that is meant to be given to them. Osher shamur leba'alav lerato. Blessings, sustenance, health, given to the individual for his or her detriment. This is the worst part of a blessing. Often we think in our spiritual work, I'll do the work and I'll make my connection, I'll receive the blessing, but stop for a moment. And this is what Jacob says here. Okay, 1 second, the Creator just told me. Jacob says as he wakes up, I'm going to be wealthy, I'm going to be powerful, I'm going to expand all over the world. The first thought he has, 1 second, I know the concept, Jacob says, that with all these blessings, if I don't do something drastic, I will wind up being blind, and I'll be a spiritual person, I'll continue my spiritual path, and I'll even tithe. That's not the point. But my ego will grow with it. And with that, it will become a curse within the blessing. And therefore Jacob says, I desperately need to promise you that I give it all back. Now the Creator says, don't give me more. I don't allow you to give me more than 10%. But Jacob says, I'm scared. I'm scared with all these blessings. I'm scared with all these blessings. Why does Jacob create an altar and promise the Creator, I will give it back? Not because he wants to be a good person or a spiritual person, that when he or she receives a blessing, you give a little bit back. Jacob is aware of the dangerous curse within these blessings. That if he doesn't do something drastic, chas v'shalom, he'll get all of those promises from the Creator. But where will he be? He'll be disconnected. He will not have the spiritual drive that he had before. And therefore the first thing he does when he wakes up, he says, I promise you, help me, that I don't allow any of these blessings that I know are coming to me, to blind me, to become osher shamur leba'alav lerato. And that's the secret of tithing. Tithing, or tzedakah that we give, again, it's not just money, it's time, it's energy that we give to others, that we give back to the Creator. It's not a thank you. It's a desperate protection that we need. Why does an individual who has wisdom have to share it? Not because he wants to do the right thing and he wants to share and he wants to be a spiritual person. But he knows, or she knows, that if he does not do everything that he can to give some of that back, then it becomes wisdom of a curse. Osher shamur leba'alav lerato becomes a curse for the individual. And an insidious curse, a curse that an individual does not see, and a curse that the individual becomes blind to. One of the saddest things, again, you see when you meet so many people and try to teach so many people, again, as I said, and again, money is the easiest, but wisdom and so many other blessings that we receive, that happens in all of them. Where an individual just slowly becomes blind. And every single one of us, to some degree, every single one of us, whatever blessings that we have and had and B'ezrat Hashem will receive, if we do not understand that inherent in every one of these blessings is a tremendous danger of blindness, and we're not scared of it, and therefore we say again, why do I tithe of my time, of my wisdom, of my money? Not because I want to do a positive action, but because I'm scared. I know that if I hold on to this blessing for myself, and again, it's a consciousness, again, because, and we'll talk about consciousness even further now, but if a person says, because as the Rav always tells us, consciousness is everything. I'm tithing because I'm a good person. I'm tithing because I want to do the right thing. I want to make my connection, whatever things we tell ourselves. That's all nice. That's all fine and good. That's not the real reason. The real reason and the real consciousness needs to be, I'm scared. If I don't give back at least 10% of the blessing that I've been given, it has the potential to become osher shamur leba'alav lerato, a blessing given to the individual for his detriment. And therefore I give back. And therefore I give 10% of my time, of my money, of everything that I have, because I'm scared. I don't want to become slowly blind, to become slowly disconnected from the blessings that I receive. And that is why the first thing Jacob does, and this is the understanding now, the Creator gives him the blessing, I will be with you. I will not stop until you receive all these great blessings. Jacob gets scared. Most of us will say, oh, I'm so happy, the Creator likes me, I'm connected, I've done the spiritual work, I'll receive all these blessings. No. Jacob wakes up and he says, there's a great, great danger here. Osher shamur leba'alav lerato. There could be wealth, blessings given to the individual that become to his detriment. And therefore he says, I'm so scared, I got to do something. In Jacob's mind, he wants to give it all back. The Creator says, I won't let you give more than 10%, fine, but please, with this giving, protect me from my blessings. Protect me from the blindness that comes, whether from wisdom or from time or from money or from any blessing that we receive. Protect me from the blessing. And by the way, when you have this consciousness and you understand the danger inherent in the blessing, the light of the Creator is more apt to give you the blessing. Because if he sees an individual who, if given blessings, will become blind, who if given blessings will become disconnected, who if given blessings does not appreciate the inherent danger in the blessing, the Creator says, let me do this person a favor and not give him the blessing. Why was Jacob able to manifest all of those endless blessings and become the wealthiest and most powerful person in the world? Because he was scared. Because he knew the inherent danger and he begged the Creator, help me. With all the blessings you're going to give me, help me protect myself from the inherent danger of the blessings. And therefore, it says he woke up scared. Why does Jacob wake up scared? Because he knows. But so many of us don't know. It's not enough to say, oh, give me the blessings. I want the Creator to give me this blessing or that blessing. Before that, say, I know that if the blessing comes, it's a great chance that I will become blind through it. And I'm scared of that. And I don't want that to happen. So I give my 10% of my time, of my wisdom, of my energy, not because I'm a good person. Because I know that if I don't, any blessing that I receive will make me blind. Any blessing that I receive will disconnect me from the light of the Creator. And when the light sees that an individual has this fear and understands it, doesn't give tithing, doesn't give of himself because he's a good person or a spiritual person, but because he knows the inherent danger in blessings, then the Creator gives the individual the blessing. But if the Creator sees this person is so happy to receive blessings and has no idea of the danger inherent in receiving blessings, the Creator says, I'm going to save this person from the blessing. So if we want to become an individual who can receive blessings, we have to have the fear of the blessing. The fear of what the blessing can do to us. Tithing, giving is only a cure for the fear, not an good action to do because you're a spiritual person. And when the Creator sees that an individual has this understanding and will do everything in his or her power not to allow the blessings that will come to blind them, to disconnect them, then the individual can merit the blessings of the light of the Creator. I will not stop, the Creator says, until I give you all the blessings. And this leads to a second understanding, a second very important lesson. There's a section, I remember the first time I studied it, maybe, who knows, 25, 30 years ago in the Zohar, and it's based on a promise. There are a few verses in the prophet Malachi. The Creator gives a promise, again, that if you think about, I wonder how many people actually feel it's been fulfilled. The Creator promises, and the reason I want to speak about it, besides as it relates to Jacob, but because this is the Shabbat of Maaser, where the first time we find tithing in the Torah, it means that that energy is available. The Creator says in Malachi something amazing, and as I said, it is very infrequent that we find the Creator promising. I have something mentioned about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. We don't often find Rabbi Shimon promising things in the Zohar. There are a few times he does. There aren't that many times we find the Creator directly promising us something. Not only does the Creator promise, the Creator says, "Ubachanuni nabazot." Test me, the Creator says. The Creator says, if you give tzedakah, charity, if you give maaser, tithing, im lo eftach lachem et arubot hashamayim, I will open to you the gates of heaven, v'harikoti lachem bracha ad bli dai. I will flow down to you, I will send down to you so much blessing that you'll have to say, stop already with the blessings. V'harikoti lachem bracha ad bli dai. The blessings are going to come so fast and so much. You're going to say, ad she'ivlu siftotechem, the Kabbalists explain, ad she'milomar dai. You'll be enough money, enough happiness, enough children, enough everything. Enough. That's what the Creator promises. B'chanuni nabazot, the Creator says, test me. If you give charity, if you give maaser, im lo eftach lachem et arubot hashamayim, I will open up the gates of heaven, v'harikoti lachem bracha ad li dai. And I will send down blessings to you that you'll just be overwhelmed. There'll come a point where you're going to say, stop. So ask yourself this obvious question. People here tithe. People here give charity. Has anybody ever here told the Creator, enough already with the money, enough with the blessings, enough with the happiness, enough with the children, whatever it is, enough already with the blessings, I can't take it anymore? Why not? What's not working? The Creator tells us, test me. And then he says, if you do this, if you give charity, if you give tithing, I will open up the gates of heaven. And I will give you so much blessing, you'll have to tell me to stop. People give tithing and people give charity. Why isn't that happening? And here comes a very important understanding. The Kabbalists explain the word used in the secret of the word used in the verse, the harikoti. It's translated as I will send down or I will give you blessings. But the word actually has a deeper meaning. We find it used in different form it's called the Shirat Hayam, the Azashir, the song that the Israelites sang after the splitting of the sea. It says there, in speaking, it says Arik Charbi, which means I will unsheath my sword. I will take it out of its casing. So the word Arik actually represents the secret of things becoming revealed. Arik Charbi. I will take the sword out of its casing. So when the Creator says, V'harikoti lachem bracha, I will send down, the secret of it is, I will unclothe, I will make without boundary the blessing. How does one merit to receive unhindered, unclothed, unrestricted blessings from the Creator? The Kabbalists explain, as the Rav always tells us, consciousness is everything. If an individual knows, and this is very, very difficult, that of the success, of the blessing that he or she receives, zero of it has to do with him or her, but that it is 100% the light of the Creator manifesting that blessing, manifesting that money, manifesting that happiness, whatever it is. When the individual sees clearly, without shells, without levushim, without clothing, because most of us don't, right? Even those of us who are spiritual and connected, I've done 20%, 80, whatever percent. And the Creator, yes, I need to bring in the Creator to do the last 20% or 30% or 50% or 80%, depending how spiritual we are. But we all still think that our smarts, that our abilities, that our wisdom, that our strengths manifest those blessings. We believe the clothing. We believe the shell around what's happening. Because that's not what's happening. What is actually happening in any blessing, it is only the light of the Creator. I had this conversation with somebody very successful last week in New York. And we were having this conversation, how much of this is his smarts? He's been very successful. And he said, look, I know, which is true, that there are people as smart or smarter than me. There are people as capable or more capable than me that are not as successful as I am. So I would have to be an idiot to think the reason that I am successful is because of my smarts or because of my capabilities. Because if that was the cause, then anybody smarter than me or anybody as capable as me or more capable than me should be as successful or more successful than I am. And that is not true. There are stupid people who are successful, and there are smart people that are unsuccessful. There are capable people that are unsuccessful, and there are incapable people that are successful. So what is it? It's simple. It's the light of the Creator. But we can hear this 100 times, and none of us really understands this, and none of us has this consciousness. We still believe the clothing. We still believe the shells. Think about it yourself. Whatever success, small or large, you've had, whatever happiness, whatever wisdom, how much of it do you own? As I've achieved it because I'm a smart person. I've done this work. I've spent the time. What you do with that consciousness is you're clothing the light of the Creator. And if you're focusing on and attaching yourself to the external, the clothing, as the Kabbalists call it, the lebushim or the masachim or the barriers, then you are telling the light of the Creator, again, thank you for your 80% input or your 20% input. And I'm very happy that I did my 80% or 20%, whatever percent we believe we've done. But what that causes, therefore, and it's important to understand the way the system works, is that then the light of the Creator can't shine to you unhindered, unencumbered, unrestricted. Because you restrict in your consciousness the cause, then the effect has to be restricted as well. If you are not aware that whatever blessing you're receiving is 100% the light of the Creator, not 99% and not 80%, but 100% only the light of the Creator, not of my genius, not of my ego, not of my capabilities. If you do not know that, then the light of the Creator cannot give you revealed blessing, unencumbered blessing. It has to be concealed, and it has to be constricted in some way. The word harikoti therefore represents the secret of an unrestricted blessing, an unencumbered blessing. But how do you draw the unencumbered blessing? When you remove the shell, when you remove the clothing, when you remove the masach to the cause of the blessing. Consciousness is everything, as the Rav always reminds us. And as long as your consciousness is, this is me, to whatever degree, as the cause, as the reason, you're smart, your genius, your capabilities, whatever it is, then you are forcing the light of the Creator to be revealed in a restricted way. Yes, blessings will come, but restricted blessings. Not revealed, not harikoti, not unencumbered, unhindered, completely revealed blessings. This, the Kabbalists say, is the secret why most of the world, most people, even spiritual people, do not merit the promise the Creator gave us. Because the only way we can merit B'harikoti lachem bracha ad blidai, that the blessings of the light of the Creator will come to us with no end, there'll be so much we'll have to tell the Creator to stop, is only when we come to the consciousness, to the understanding that none of the cause of this blessing is me, my ego, my genius, my capabilities, my work. Somebody asked me yesterday, of course, we have to do the work that creates the vessel into which the blessing and the light can come. And we have to work hard, of course. But don't be confused between creating the vessel and creating the light. We do not create the light. We do not bring the light. The light exists. We need to create the vessel, and all the hard work and effort and smarts and capabilities we input, that's just the vessel. It is not the light. But to the degree that we think that we are the cause of the blessing being manifested, to that degree we hinder the light from being revealed. And therefore the blessing does not come true for us. We ask the question, Creator, you told us, I will open up the gates of heaven, and I will send down the blessings so much that you'll have to tell the Creator to stop. Why don't people experience it? Because the consciousness isn't there. Because we still think that some part of the cause of that blessing being manifest is us. We do not fight our ego enough. And therefore, unfortunately, we merit some blessings, we merit some light, but it's hindered light. It's metzumtzam, it's restricted, it's constricted. You want to merit unencumbered, unhindered, unrestricted blessings. So much so that you literally will come to a point you'll say to the Creator, enough happiness, enough fulfillment, enough money, enough joy. You have to shift your consciousness. You have to come to a state where you really, and this is work, this will not happen in a day and not in a week and not in a month, maybe in years, to work. This, whatever, my children, my success, my wisdom, this is not me. This is 100%, but it's not about saying it. Saying it means nothing. But to really know it, to really have that consciousness. And when, and only when the individual comes to that consciousness, this is 100% the light of the Creator. Only when the individual comes to that state will he or she merit. I will open up the gates of heaven. And I will send down the blessings until you say stop. And it's also to realize it's not just when we go from to 100%. Wherever we are, every one of us is a different state of this. Most of us probably at 70% we think it's us, 80% we think it's us. As you progress towards the real truth and real consciousness that it is not you as the cause of this blessing, of this success, then you are stepping closer and receiving more of that unencumbered, unhindered light. The ultimate goal, though, of course, is for an individual to come to the true consciousness. None of this is mine. None of this is mine. None of this am I the cause of. And then, when you get to 100%, the gates of heaven open up. And the blessings will flow down until you'll have to say enough. Enough with the blessings. Very important understanding, and this is again revealed on this Shabbat.